Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Justine. I live on the west coast of Canada and I'm in my mid, almost late 40s, and I post videos about 2 or 3 times a week on beauty, lifestyle, hauls, subscription boxes, a little bit of fashion, just a little bit of everything. So if that's something that interests you, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you stay up to date with all my latest videos. So today is the final part of the Charlotte Tilbury Stars in Your Eyes palette. I bought this palette and I was a little intimidated by 2 of the looks. I'll let you guess. This kind of black cherry one and then this darker brown. So I thought, why don't I do a video on each one of the looks to force myself to try all of the colors and do them in the trios as Charlotte intended. A lot of the videos that I had seen online so far were always showing mixing and matching, and I was really curious to see the 3 colors in action because some of them I was a bit challenged by, especially this dark black cherry, because there was no transition color, there was no light all over the lid color, so I was a little perplexed how to use it, plus the colors were a lot deeper than what I would normally wear. So I thought I'm gonna force myself to use each one of the trios, and I filmed each one of them and I'll link them below if you're interested in seeing each one of the looks. So today I am doing Confident Eyes, that black cherry group, and I think you need a lot of confidence to wear it. For me personally, it's definitely out of my comfort zone, but this is the look it came out, so if you're interested, I will be doing a full tutorial on that. And my cat is scratching on the door, and I think he wants to see this in action as well. I also just want to add one quick thing. I have done each look separately. And the look I did yesterday, which was called Happy Eyes, and that was this brownish terracotta plummy kind of colors. The colors really faded throughout the day, which kind of surprised me. At about 4 o'clock, I'd put the shadows on around 10, so maybe about 4 or 5 hours later, they were very, very muted. So that bright vibrancy of the shades and the pigmentation was definitely gone, which really shocked me because I haven't really experienced that before, but I don't usually wear vivid colors. So they kind of look the same as I put them on in the morning as when I'm getting ready for bed. So this in particular, that grouping, the colors just really faded throughout the day. So anyway, just keep a note of that. I just thought I would mention it just to give you kind of a wear test. So without further ado, let's get started on the tutorial on the Confident Eye. Okay, so now I have you guys up nice and tight. I have done my foundation, primer. I've primed my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion. I've done my brows, powder, concealer, and bronzer. And as always, I don't know if I always mention this, but I always list all the products that I've used or wearing or mentioned or whatever during the video will always be down below. So let's get started. So I'm first going to swatch the 3 colors for you. And as I've mentioned many times, this is the one group that I'm most nervous about. So I'm going to start here with the Prime shade, and it feels super soft and silky, and it's the color there. So it's quite sheer, so that's good. Then this is the Enhance color, and that also feels nice and soft and silky and smooth. And here's the dark one. This is the Smoke. And this one, when I swatched it before, was a bit patchy and patchy again. So we'll see how it works on the eyes. Let's just wipe my hands quickly. And then we'll get started. So I'm going to use I think I have my It Cosmetics brush out again. Yeah, I'm going to use this Heavenly Luxe It Cosmetics brush. They're just super soft, and I'm going to go in with that Prime shade, and because it seemed a little sheer on my hands, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, it's not super intense, so that's great. It's very similar to the one I used yesterday in the Happy Eyes. Very similar in tone. And if you're new to my channel, I always try and mentioned to people, I'm blind in this eye that I'm working on right now. I used to usually do this eye off camera, but a couple of my subscribers and people who have been watching have said they want to see how I do my makeup because they're also visually impaired. So bear with me. So I always kind of have to peek a little. I can never fully close my eyes because if I close this eye, I'm completely blind. I can't see anything. So I work a lot from the sense of touch. And there we go. So if you see me peeking off to the side, that's where my mirror is. So this I'm just doing in the monitor. So next I'm going into that darker, plummier shade, and I'm going to use my Wayne Goss. This one is the number 18 brush. I got this in my Beautylish Lucky packet. And you can see it's pretty pigmented. I just kind of did a little dip. And I'm going to enhance. So I'm just going to go in the outer and through the crease, just focusing on the outer edge. And wow, this is much darker than I normally wear, just as I suspected. But I think it really brings out green eyes. So if you like bold colors, this is great for fall. Gosh, beautiful colors. They're just very dark for me. So I'm going to go in with my other eye here. And I struggle because this eye, they're not symmetrical. This one's much smaller because I was blind as a baby. So this eye never grew. So I always find it challenging to get my makeup to match, especially when you have a bit of OCD and you like everything to be symmetrical. So yeah, this is definitely out of my comfort zone, and I probably wouldn't wear these shades. I would maybe use them as like a liner, just a tiny bit in the outer edge to smoke something out, but they do blend beautifully. I mean, I am a beginner at makeup, even though I've been doing it for many, many years. I'm still a beginner. I've never had any, I've gone to actually lots of classes and things just for fun, but I'm still no better than I used to be. I watch a lot of tutorials and things. So these colors are beautiful. And as I said, they blend beautifully. Just really nice. So I'm just gonna blend it out just a little bit more with my Sigma blending brush, just to sheer it out a little, because this is definitely bold. But I think it definitely brings out green eyes. Wouldn't you agree? I think maybe Charlotte really focuses on green eyes, because I think she has green eyes too. But she does a lot of makeup to enhance certain eye colors. So now I'm going to go in with that really dark plummy one, the Smoke. And I'm just going to put this in the outer corner here. Look in another mirror here. It's going on pretty nicely. It's not super patchy. What do you guys think? It is going on quite nice. I know purples tend to be a problem for a lot of makeup manufacturers. They just can never seem to get purple right. I don't wear a lot of purple, so I don't know, but when I watch YouTubers, they often comment that the purple in the palette never seems to work. So there we go, there's the finished eyes, but I am going to add a little bit more of that shimmery color, and I think I'm going to use my finger because it is very, very sheer, and it does have a little bit of glitter, which I'm not crazy about. I like shimmery shadows, not glittery shadows. So this seems really, really sheer and like dots of sparkle, which isn't really my scene, but I just want to soften that up a little. So that's the top, and now I'm going to attempt to match the bottom. So I'm just going to use this Sigma pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with that lightest shade, even though it is kind of a glittery color. And I'm just going to put that along the bottom lash line. I don't do a lot of makeup underneath my eyes. I try and emphasize the top of my eyes to emulate lift. There we go. It's actually very pretty. I really like it, but it is a bit dark for me. And I'm just going in with the enhanced color here. I'm not going to put the smoke. I think it's just a little way too dark. So I'm going to go in here and I always kind of flick it up. There we go. And I'm going to look in the mirror if there's any fallout. Tiny bit. Of the entire palette, this is the only one that has given me fallout. And that is the middle shade, that Enhance. So, teeny tiny bit of fallout. So that is the final eyeshadow bit. I'm gonna go off camera, clean up underneath a little, do some mascara, and then we'll get back together to do the blush and highlight and lips. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I did my mascara and all that kind of stuff. So let's do some blush. Now, I don't tend to wear these kind of plummy, sultry colors very often, so I don't have a huge collection of blushes to go with. But I thought, hey, how about my new Kevyn Aucoin full face palette that I just got? And I thought these would be great colors as a blush. So let's do it. I have used them a couple times. But not so much the pink portion. So I'm actually just going to dust my brush all the way through so I kind of get a bit of that brown, the pink, and that plum. And I'm using one of my nice It Cosmetics brushes, Heavenly Luxe Flawless Powder, but I'm going to use it for blush because I've got big cheeks. So yeah, so I think that looks really nice with this whole look. And I mentioned to you guys, so I got this palette, this Kevyn Aucoin palette, at the Sephora kind of surprise sale, that customer appreciation one. I think I've used too much of the brown. I'm gonna use a bit more of the pink. And I do really, really like it, and I'm glad I bought it. I've never tried Kevyn Aucoin, and I was very curious to try their bronzers and their blushes in particular. So this palette has both of those. So I'm really enjoying it. As far as, oh, you have to have it? No. But I do love full face palettes. I love them for travel, and I just enjoy kind of get more bang for your buck when you buy a full face palette, because you get a little bit of everything and testers of the line. So I really enjoy it. I don't think you need to go rushing out to get it, but it is nice. And I think this blush works really well with the eye color. And I'm going to go in again with my Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold for those of you that are interested in this palette. And I'm going to use the pink one again, surprisingly. I mentioned to you guys when I got it, I thought, I probably won't get much use out of the pink, but I have been wearing it. So I'm just going to do a little tap here and a little up here and a little bit on the brow bone, because this eye look didn't come with a light shade or a transition or anything for that matter. But I think it actually turned out really nice. It's a very dramatic look for me personally. This nude, neutral kind of a gal. But it's definitely, I'm glad I stepped out of my comfort zone and tried it, and maybe I would do it for an evening look or during the holidays if I'm doing something glam for the evenings. I would definitely use this one because I think the colors are really nice. I think they bring out green eyes really well. And then last, I'm going to do lipstick. So I'm going to do the Pillow Talk combination again. So what the Pillow Talk combination, if you're new, is I use the Pillow Talk lipstick. I don't often wear this color because I find it too dark. You can stop laughing now. I just tend to go for really pale nude lipsticks. So what I do is I put this color all over my lips, and then I go on top with, it's called Valentine. And this color, this combination was actually recommended by Goss, and he says it just kind of ombres out the lips. And it works perfectly for me, who's somebody who doesn't feel comfortable wearing darker lipsticks. And again, I know this isn't dark, but it's dark for me. And I find it kind of goes gray on me. It makes my lips look thin. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it looks like on its own. And I'm going to go in on top with the Valentine, which is just like a nice pinky, pale pink. And that just tones it down and almost gives the illusion of a bit of a lip liner with the darker pillow talk around the edges. And I think it's a perfect fit for the eye look. It's a nice little bit of a neutral, softer lip, which I prefer, and a little bit of a dramatic eye, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the look today, and that concludes my 4 looks. So I will link all down below, all my videos on each one of the looks, because I've used them all now, and I'm happy with all of them. Some of them, as I mentioned, are a little bit out of my comfort zone and probably won't get a lot of wear, but overall, I just love the palette, and to me, it was definitely worth it. And I'm going to mix and match many of the colors as well as use the looks as they were intended. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!